Hey, what's up guys? The ranked 2 player in the world is in his own little playground with this Royal Giant deck, messing around with and dominating any pro he plays against. Once you get to double or triple elixir and can afford your big push of doom, this deck is deadly. The monk will reflect any spells that try to knock you back like log or fireball, nullify most high damage units, and erase bomb towers, archer queens, or anything with projectiles. While if they try to drop bait on your big push, you've got Electric Spear and Barb Barrel as supplementary cards, and the Wizard Shield to bounce everything back. While powerful cards like P.E.K.K.A. and Mini P.E.K.K.A. that would typically delete Royal Giant can get pushed back by your Monk, pulled away by the Fisherman, or distracted by guards. Royal Giant, especially in this P.E.K.K.A. infested meta, is something that I personally stay away from. But with the addition of the sturdy guard Sirs, you'll stay safe on defense against Bridge Spam because this deck is significantly more stupid proof. It's time to steal the top 2 player in the world's tech to wreck with Royal Giant and assert dominance. Thanks to everyone that's using creator code SirTag, making all the high-rate videos like this one possible. And thanks to NFL 2K Playmakers for sponsoring today's video. This is the best way to test your NFL fantasy football knowledge with a strategy card game. You get to create your own unique team and you're awarded points on NFL players' actual performances. There's tons of strategy involved when you collect and manage your NFL player cards to create an offense, defense, and special teams roster. And in the strategy-based gameplay, you get to choose the best players and the best plays to achieve success on the field. There's a diverse array of NFL player cards featuring current stars. And for my terrible attention span, my favorite thing is the games move fast. So you can play between downs while you're watching the game, or you can game on the go. And there's always something to do with daily challenges too, where you can earn even more rewards. And if you're good enough, your NFL game predictions throughout the real NFL season will allow you to claim exclusive in-game rewards for your skills. It's always cool to collect exclusive cards all year round, featuring some of the most thrilling NFL events like the Super Bowl, draft, and more. And they're always improving the game, so be on the lookout for the Game Changers mode and new updates. Download NFL 2K Playmakers using the link in the description. Yo, this guy's got the evolved Goblin Barrel in the banner, and he's also running Cannoneer. So if you had evolved Goblin Barrel, that would be a recipe for disaster for either of us. I don't think that you would really want to summon that in any situation when you have Cannoneer. Because the fake barrel, yeah, it gets one shot just like the regular barrel, but I mean, your Cannoneer just doesn't fire fast. It is super uncomfortable playing against bait with this deck, and that's why we have the Wizard Evolution, we have Electric Spirit, and we have the Barbarian Barrel. So some decent ways to adapt and shut down the Goblin Barrel evolution. It's still not the card that you ever want to face. However, if we were playing against an RG deck just like us, one of us, that is totally fine and fair for me. Because we got the Cannoneer and we crush it. And we pull the Phoenix the other side. That was perfectly played for us. Wow, we barely took any damage. We get counter push. And we have a Chivalrous Sir, the Fisherman, coming through and forcing out skeletons from our opponent, possibly making him ponder about his position in this game because he is getting fish slapped all over the place. Yo, if you guys haven't done that before, Fisherman RG against other Royal Giant players is fun because they have to stop the Fisherman from pulling their Fisherman, and if they don't, they lose. Also, Electric Spear in the middle like that, because then your Cannoneer can get multiple shots on your opponent's Fisherman, because the Fisherman wastes time locking and pulling the Electric Spirit, and then when it pulls the Electric Spirit still jumps on the Fisher Boy. The Fisher Boy gets fried. All right, we're going to go guards, and then we're also going to go for a Fisherman here. Unfortunately, I do not think we get an amazing interaction, but we do kill his Fisherman, so I guess there's that. There's always that. And it gets a little bit better for us because we have Electric Spirit, so we're not going to lose to the Phoenix. And we don't want to pop the ability because it's just going to waste this elixir. It is better for us to go in for Barbarian Barrel and hopefully still... Oh, no. We didn't roll in time. I guess that's the way that we don't roll. Awesome, guys. That's great. Anyway, we're still in a prime position to win this one. All I have to do is go in for guards and stop the next Royal Giant. He's going to make a prediction on my Fisherman, so I'll drop a lower Fisherman and win that way. Or we could get real fancy with a Fisherman here and then pull his Royal Giant that way. I kind of want to try that and see if it works. For science, guys. Okay, it's not pulling what we want, but maybe it will. Come on, Fisherman. Yeah, let's go. Dude, it literally got pulled to the other side of the arena, and it is going in the complete opposite direction. That is the miracle that you can perform with Fisherman, making the opponent rage quit instantaneously and saying well played. So it's a fun card to use. It definitely requires a little bit of skill, but once you get the feel of it, you're in for some major thrill. And after beating up our Royal Giant brother, we pushed up to 6,600 in the world. But this guy's got the Goblin Queen in the banner, and unfortunately for him, he's not able to sprawl a big barrage of goblins on both of our Cannoneer towers, because that would be a pathetic experience for our Cannoneer. Wouldn't be able to hit a single one of the goblins quickly. So if you're ever playing against the Goblin Barrel evolution, that is the scariest card to match into with this deck. Generally, it's okay, but it is scary. Anyway, Monk, go in front of the tower. Get hit by the Princess Tower and the Ice Wizard. Let me get some value out here, brother. Oh, we might be able to reflect the projectile of the Baby Dragon shots, so it can't mess with our Wizard. And we are getting some extra damage from the Princess Tower hitting herself. I don't think the Wizard's going to give us anything, but it's all good. I could Royal Giant and play super aggro right now because we want to get to the Royal Giant evolution. And it's only a 1-card difference, so it's not that bad. So possibly getting away with guards and then a Fisherman aggressively here is nice as well. No! Evolved Goblin Cage! My worst nightmare. My second worst nightmare. But wait, we have lightning. What am I talking about? It's not even that bad. It's not even that bad. We are catching damage here with the Fisherman. Wow, I think I preemptively predicted my own downfall that did not even happen. All right, guys. I am the man who cried wolf. So you do not want to be that person. If you cry wolf, no one will ever believe you. And now you guys have lost faith in me. But believe in my possibility of being an annoying Sir with a Wizard and possibly knocking that back. It did not work out as planned, but the Monk is still a menace. And it's going to be tanking for our Wizard. And also perfectly positioning ourselves in a position where opponent necessarily can't do much, right? Like, sure, the Baby Dragon gets one hit on my tower. The Ice Wizard might do something, but if we have Electro Spirit and Barbarrel, it's not like you can conveniently graveyard me. We also have guards and Electro Spirit, so you can't graveyard here at all. We're just going to guards them. Guards them up, boys! And even if you poison, the great thing is the Electro Spirit is going to chain onto all of the skeletons, and then we can Barbarrel afterward. And somehow take some damage because, you know, that's what happens when you're running Cannoneer into a graveyard. But it's not the worst thing in the world. Also, Lightning is beyond broken in that situation, breaking through our opponent's defenses and rattling this guy to no end. And we force out an Ice Wizard that then gets pulled in. So there's one thing that I do have to signify with this deck is if you go in for a stupid decision of going same side as your opponent and they defend with Baby Dragons or whatever, they're able to counter push with that and then graveyard. Notice how he's graveyarding with nothing else? Like, you want them to do that every time. Throwing down Fishermen, not necessarily always on defense, but on offense too, to catch your opponent's stuff as well is hilariously stupid too. I love doing that. It's derpy to see a Fisherman win the game as a Wink Edition, but it can happen. Especially when you play into P.E.K.K.A. or Goblin Cage Brawlers or Ice Wizards that are some of the best defensive cards in the game, and then they get pulled away when the opponent needs them the most. While the Royal Giant celebrates with a toast on the tower. We matched into a guy from Hard Counter Royale, and he is already spamming skeletons in my face. So, despite his tower looking like a tasty, buttery snack, not really an amazing position for us to see someone going for a deliberate skeletons evolution at the very, very start, trying to cycle towards that, because Cannoneer, it can't kill skeletons quickly. We're going to have to find some way to defend that, maybe with Electro Spirit or Barbarrel in most situations, but I feel like I might have to sacrifice a Wizard evolution or something against evolved skeletons that really start springing at me fast. If you guys are unaware, the skeleton will get one hit on your tower if left alone. That's it. So I'm able to eat it and then go in for a Lightning or a Monk ability here, and I think either are fine. But if you notice what our opponent did, is he played that rather perfect. He ended up making sure that the Monk got pulled to the right, and by doing that, it made sure that we weren't able to get the Monk ability to reflect the Tesla. And if we weren't able to stop the Tesla from doing max damage to our Royal Giant, obviously he would be able to damage down the RG with less damage taken. So well played on our opponent's end, mitigating the Monk from tanking for our RG. Anyway, we're going to try to go in for a Royal Giant in the back and build a big push. Always lightning through defensive structures in double or triple elixir. That's how you're going to win. In single elixir, it's difficult to afford the lightning because your opponent will likely spam into you in the other side like this guy. Whenever he goes in for a knight, I'm going to have to spend elixir on that, and I won't have as much elixir as I would typically want. So I can go guards here, or I could go Fisherman. I think Fisherman's the best option. This is going to go and pull the knight directly into both of our towers simultaneously, and it's going to be cycled on the right, so it could also aid our Royal Giant if we wanted. Wait, is it going to pull the Little Prince? Yo, goodbye, Little Prince. Your little nightmare turned massive. Also, I want to go in for guards here and then pop the Monk ability and then go for a Wizard. Oh, if he had Fireball, he might have done it. We had so much stuff stacked up, but interestingly enough, he's still running Poison even after the nerf to Poison where it does less damage 2 towers. Also, look at that. Wizard. Yo, you put in the work. Okay, we're going to fisherman early so we can go and pull the little prince. Then we're going to go guards on top of the miner. And then we're going to go in for a fisherman plus RG push if the fisherman survives. If not, we'll just go for a monk and reliably slow roll royal giant in the back. The best possible play that you can do with this deck against anyone that's got a control deck is royal giant in the back and double elixir and cycle back to another one. That is where you get the maximum trouble for the opponents. So we're going to use our fisherman and try to cycle a bit faster. Also, the other thing about the fisherman is it expedites your push. So you use poison and log. Honestly, I'd like to do dual lane pressure, but in this particular moment, we got the 2 big bad boys with the cannons back to back. And there's nothing that our opponent can do to stop this attack. He's going to sack. So yeah, that is an insanely lucrative push. And as you can see, if he had a Tesla, it would get destroyed by multiple royal giants. If your opponent's got splash damage, don't cycle royal giants on the same side. Build up a push on both sides simultaneously. Without a Tesla down, the opponent would be forced to drop a little prince and pop the ability on one royal giant, completely ignoring the other royal giant, resulting in their tower getting totally trashed. All right, we got another P.E.K.K.A in the banner, and Death Imperial. This guy seems pretty vicious, not gonna lie. So we want to give him the death sentence with our monk. Definitely don't want to be playing too aggressive at the start. We could maybe go and bounce here with an electro spirit and not care about king tower activation. Also, what if we like lightning on whatever he dropped in the back to activate king tower? Would be pretty funny. I could have done that and made a prediction on the electro wizard, but also at the same time, like we didn't know if he's gonna drop a simple card like a 1 elixir card or an electro wizard. Either way, it doesn't matter. He wildly cycles an electro wizard into a wizard where he gets a bad trade because we're getting counter push. Also, it doesn't matter that we activated king tower because guess what? We have cards that outrange you. So like this wizard will be able to finish off his elect. Ooh, I mean, I don't know what he's playing. I'm actually so confused. We see ice wizard, we see electro wizard, and we see executioner. Those are 3 different versions of ranged cards that I didn't think anyone would be playing. Oh, it's a graveyard deck. That's not good. That's actually quite bad for me. I'm going to go for an electro spirit and with cannoneer into a graveyard. Kind of a grave situation, not going to lie. But if we can maybe manifest a position where we're able to use our monk, guards, and also fishermen, we might be able to do something here. He went in for a graveyard in single elixir, which is stupid, in my opinion. If you do that, you are dropping 5 elixir and you're limiting your defensive capabilities. So never drop graveyards in single elixir unless you are guaranteed that you can defend against whatever your opponent's about to throw at you. So I feel good about our spot right now. We have seized a ton of tower damage, and I might be able to go for a random RG here as well. And then lightning, because double elixir is about to hit.
Here comes a new challenger.
No, he's actually got P.E.K.K.A. Oh, he wasn't baiting me with the banner. He wasn't baiting me with the banner at all. You know what? This deck is equipped to counter P.E.K.K.A with the guards. That is literally the only reason the guards are in the deck. I mean, there are good against bridge spam decks, but man, they're so good against the P.E.K.K.A. Notice how the P.E.K.K.A does just die here, right? Does it break through? I don't think so. Yeah, it's gone. Insane. So we were comfortably able to kill that with 2 guards remaining and also a wizard evolution. So, I mean, I'm vibing with this. I can monk. I think if I pop ability, I'm able to reflect back the ice wizard and the princess tower, and then maybe even go RG in the other side for the memes. If I can take 2 towers, that is just disrespectful, but that's exactly what we're going to try to do here. Also, the monk pushes the P.E.K.K.A away. Yo, he's not ready for this. So we're going to use our fisherman so that we can prioritize pulling the P.E.K.K.A the other side. So then obviously our second cannoneer is able to target the P.E.K.K.A. Then we can bar barrel here as well. And look at that easy cleanup. Wait, his tower in the right is straight up in shambles. He lost the P.E.K.K.A to a royal giant. Is that the first royal giant in Clash Royale's history that destroyed a P.E.K.K.A? I think so. I don't think that there's any other royal giant that has ever killed a P.E.K.K.A. With its shot, it does damage with units around it, and it worked. That's huge. All right, so I'm going to pull back his stuff, go in for an electro spirit. It didn't even matter. Man, that was one of the most fun matches I've ever had with cannoneer into graveyard and royal giant into P.E.K.K.A too. Everything worked out for us with the opposites taking over. I never thought I would see the day that cannoneer would dominate graveyard. And that royal giant wrecking a P.E.K.K.A will go down in Clash Royale history. All right, we got a game against someone from Sunlight, and we're ready to photosynthesize a win. That's definitely not anything related to photosynthesis, but I see Sunlight, I'm like, we're gonna win, guys. We're gonna convert this into energy for ourselves. We got the green shirt on. It's meant to be. I am powering up like a plant. I'm going to go and plant our Royal Giant at the river. Okay, this is enough bad dad jokes for our opponent to cringe and then leave the game, right? That's what we're going for. What if I lightning and then kill his Phoenix and also hit the fisherman? Also, I wish that I hit the Phoenix egg and was a little bit more smart. If you guys realize what I have to do now is I have to go for a super low fisherman, so I pull the Royal Giant and not the skeletons. Oh, let's go! I think that was smart. Reason is, now we got 2 cannoneers targeting on top of the Phoenix and the Royal Giant. So lower fishermen when your opponent makes predictions on your fisherman with skeletons up top. Because if I drop a fisherman here and I'm trying to pull his Royal Giant, I just catch skeletons all day, which is the equivalent of catching a boot. And then you get booted out of the match because you just lose. So really bad. Don't do that. Don't do that ever. Well played on our opponent's end. He's a smart sir. He has a sophisticated strategy. Also, isn't his name like laughter in French? You guys let me know. I know there's something similar to that in French that is like that. I don't know if that's it particularly. You guys can let me know. Maybe it's MDR or something. I don't know. It's something similar. Anyway, we can pop the ability here, which is not bad, but it's also not phenomenal. It does more damage to the tower overall, so I guess I can take it. I'll do it for 1 extra elixir. We could slow roll Royal Giant, but I also don't think that's great. I want to go Electro Spirit, and then I want to go in for Royal Giant paired with guards. Reason why I want to go guards is he goes in for a fisherman, he doesn't pull what he wants. And then we might be able to make some magic happen going for a fisherman prediction on his. And he doesn't do it. That's horrendous for me. That's actually so bad. Well, we tried to make something happen, and then I was a fool. It's okay, guys. I thought I was being cool. All right, we can maybe go in for a monk here as well, because we do have a bit of firepower on our wizard. All right, we're going to go and pop ability, because then he's not able to do much to our wizard. Especially if we Electro Spirit. Okay, monk putting in work. Day less, says monk. Do another one of these lower fishermen's. Hopefully this works out. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think that was probably the better play that I could have done, but it might not happen. Oh, we countered it. Yo, bro. Okay. Don't hit me. Drop the ability. Get him to fireball me. He didn't fireball me. He's super smart. I hate that. We hate that about you. Don't be an intelligent individual. What if he just pulls the Royal Giant in and then we get a hit? If he just pulls that, maybe we can win the game. If the RG just gets damaged and then we lightning. One more. No! I lost. All because he's smart. I hate it. I mean, there's no likelihood. If I got that extra hit, I would have won. You can't win every game you play. Hey, if we just needed that 1 extra hit, lightning would have taken the tower and it would have been ours. GG and well played to him. We'll jump on the next one and bounce back there. So this guy's taking a bath with his hog rider in the banner, and hopefully his phone falls into the water. Because we do not want him to make a play as we bombard his tower with guards. His phone is gone. Nope, never mind. Didn't work out, guys. We were trying to manifest the best possible position for us. We were trying to make sure our opponent was dazzled, dazed, and confused. And in reality, we got none of the interactions we were wanting. But could I bewilder him with a bad play of Royal Gianting at the river? The answer is maybe. I don't know. This sometimes is stupid, but it's not like the worst play in the world if it works out, you know? Sometimes it can be calculated, like in this very specific moment. I hope it's calculated. We'll see. I'm going to go in for Barbarian Barrel, and then we are able to clean up all this. Guards, do not die, please. Oh, they're staying alive. The archer targeted the Barbarian Barrel instead. By the way, waiting for that ambitious of a Royal Giant lightning and single elixir is exactly how you're not supposed to play this deck. I'm glad they were able to show you guys what not to do, because look at my tower. It's crying. It's like, Jake, you're stupid. Royal Giant works in double elixir, and when you figure out what your opponent's got, then you can go for Royal Giants if they overcommit. But if you're the dum-dum that overcommits with the Royal Giant, well, you're kind of fooling yourself, to be honest. You gonna fireball this? Maybe I can make a prediction with a monk. Drop the ability. Okay. Sometimes we do that and we feel really fancy and smart, but other times it just doesn't work. You know what? He had fireball and he just didn't drop it. I hate that. I hate when that happens. I made the prediction on this deck because I identified what it was, and it would have been so cool and it would have bounced us back in the game, but he's just like, nah, Jake, how about no? Tragic. Anyway, I'm gonna get guards down and he's probably gonna arrow me. I'm going to go in for a fisherman as well, and we're dropping everything here on defense. Screw it, guys. We will get the fireball redemption, I believe. I believe it's eventually going to happen. I don't know when or how, but sometime, eventually, it will work. Maybe. Oh, man. He is really jolting my brain cells. I have a singular brain cell, and we're trying to make it work at full capacity here. Wait, we can just barbell on the other side, right? We're totally okay with that. I wonder if this is good. He's going to maybe fireball in this now? No, he's not. He's not fireballing, guys. He's not a fireballer, bro. He's not a fireballer. Oh, wait, what if we barbell? Are we okay? Yo, we're doing so much damage. He got petrified because I fireballed earlier. He's like, I don't know what this idiot's going to do. I don't understand him. And now he knows. Now he knows I'm a fireballer. Counterer. I don't know. We're doing work. I'm going to go monk at the river, which is a little bit aggressive, but he can't fireball and win. So we're going to pop the monk ability. We're going to reflect back the fly machine. And I think we got this. Will I lightning on top of Royal Hogs? You guys already know I'm going to do that to assert dominance. The lightning seemed like it struck the Royal Hog, but it didn't even hit it at the end. So I guess our wizard had us completely covered. Even though the fireball reflection didn't hit, you guys have to admit in the comment section, he had fireball in his hand and he could have done it. And if that worked out, it would have been the most magical moment of the day. Actually, reflecting back on it, probably not. The P.E.K.K.A. dying to the Royal Giant definitely has that beat. That game was the epitome of Monk Royal Giant bouncing back in the match with just one push. Cannonball the like button, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.